Selena here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and thanks for tuning in. Today's video, I am going to be doing a nice, bright, sparkly, glittery set. A nice, fun one. I am using the set from Model 1. It's called Funfetti. So I'm going to be putting out some colors here on my palette. Number 2715 is the first number I'm putting out here. I'm going to lay that down so I can use that. I'm going to use that on the thumb, over the whole thumb, just about, except the tip, the French tip part. And we'll see here as I go along. I'm going to do 2713 on the ring finger over the nail, except the French tip as well. And that's the one I just put out here. Now it's really thick, so I was just showing you here. I have my Nail Couture gel thinner. I'm going to use some of that and thin that out a bit. I was having a hard time getting any stars and stuff out of that polish there. And on the rest of the nails, I'm going to use number 2707. And then again, that's from the collection of Funfetti from Model 1s. So I'm going to start here with my pinky nail, and I'm going to use the 2707 over the main part of the nail. And I'm trying to figure out how to situate my hand because my hand's still sore from where I fell the other day. So I'm going to use the brush from the bottle for most of it. Then I'm going to get a liner brush and a wood stick. And I'm going to use mostly the liner brush, but I'm going to go between both. And I'm going to finish the outline around the French tip. And I'm going to add some extra stuff to the nail. So here I'm going in and I'm going to grab some extra stuff, some extra glitter from 2713, and I'm going to add that to the nail as well. I'm going to add some stars and some of the other chunky glitter from it. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Hit that like button, that notification bell, so you're notified every time you upload a video. Let's try to get to 500 by Christmas. 500 subscribers. So in between, I'm flash curing as well. So that way nothing goes running all over the place and it saves time. So this is the ring finger, the one I'm putting number 2707 on the main part. And then I just used the end of a wood stick just to tidy up if I needed to, if I went over the line for the French tip. So I'm just going to place some extra glitter from the same polish in areas where I wanted a little more shiny, a little more glittery. And that's the good thing about all of these polishes. You can pretty much customize them as you wish. They're chunky glitters, so. So here on the thumb, I am going to do number 2715, as I was saying earlier. I'm going to put this one all over. And leave the French tip empty, because we're going to do something different for there. So now I'm just going to kind of customize that tip and put things where I want them and add some more chunky glitter and things like that. I really like these polishes. I thought they were really fun to work with. I mean, there's lots you can do with these. And there's still a couple of other ones in the set that I haven't used yet either. I hope everybody's week is starting well. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope things are getting back to normal for you. You're getting into a routine. If you have children, school's back in. It can be difficult after having your kids off all summer, trying to get back into things. Very hectic. Okay, so I've done the flash cure. I'm going ahead and putting stars around the French tip on this. I am using stars from the polish 2713 and just the stars from that polish. That polish also has hexagon chunky glitter and smaller glitter as well, but I'm just going to use the stars from that to outline this French tip right here. And they do hang over. We'll take care of that a little bit later on. Once I get these positioned, I'm going to do a flash cure and then continue moving on. So I did my flash cure. So you could just go in with your file at this point and just file anything that's hanging over. I didn't have a whole lot, so I just went ahead and did that right away on that thumbnail. I'm going to show you a little bit later on in the video different ways of being able to take care of anything hanging over your nail. There's different ways you can take care of that. So I'm going to wipe the tacky layer off all the nails so I can work with them. And I'm going to use polish number 2715, and I'm going to use only the flowers from that polish. There's blue and pink flowers in it. Glitter flowers, sorry, in the shape of flowers, glitter in the shape of flowers. And I'm going to use those to outline the French tip on the rest of the nails. So those are going to overhang, obviously, on all of the nails on the sides. However, that's what I'm going to put on the rest of them for the French tip. And no, I don't make you sit through this whole thing watching me do every single nail. Don't worry. I won't do that to you. But I did have fun doing it, I'm not going to lie. I didn't mind it at all. Now, one mistake I made here is when I put them on, I should have put some sort of layer down first, whether it was base coat, top coat, something. I should have put something down for them to stick to because there wasn't enough on them at the time. However, I didn't find out until later on. But when I went around to do the edge. So if you do end up with something like this where something's hanging over the nail, make sure you put something down for it to stick to first before you cure it, because there is a potential risk that it's going to pop off when you decide to go and file that down or trim it, if you decide to do that before adding anything over top of it. So the first way of fixing up the edges, after everything was all done, I went around and I apologized for being out of frame. I do notice, and I do go back into frame. I took my cuticle nippers and I went around the edge, trimming off anything hanging over, just to make sure that there wasn't anything sticking off. And then I used my file to make sure it was nice and flush, because if there's anything even slightly hanging over that I didn't get with the nippers, it's going to cause the nail to chip or peel. Now for this one, I decided to use the top coat. I used a thick layer around the French tip, kind of like you would use builder gel. I put a really thick layer around it, and then I dragged a thin layer down the rest of the nail. So I put a thick layer just to fill that part in, because it looked really low compared to the rest of the nail. It was very unproportioned. And I haven't trimmed anything yet. I'm doing this first. Then I'll go back and trim. And because I did put so much top coat on it, I'm going to let gravity do its work, and then I will flash cure it and move along. So back to the thumb. This time I decided to use builder gel. I'm going to put that on the very tip. You can also do it this way. So you can I put the builder gel on the French tip to encapsulate that glitter so it doesn't come off. And you can do this before trimming the edges. Just helps keep them on, and it helps even out the nail. And once you get that on, just kind of fix it up and try to even it out with the polish as much as you can. Not a big deal if it's not. We're going to go back and fix that. This is just to keep your glitter on. At this point, we're just going to encapsulate it. And I'm just mainly doing it around that tip. You don't want to do that whole nail because you don't want it really thick. However, that tip has nothing on it compared to the rest of the nail because of the polish. And we go ahead and flash cure that. So once all that's done, the ones I haven't done yet, I go back. This is the one I put the top coat on. Then I trim the edges after the top coat is cured. There's no risk of any of the glitter coming off or chipping off while I'm trying to remove the overhang. And then I'll take my file again and go around the edge to make sure it's all flush. I'll now go in with a buffer because I did the edge a little separate from the rest. I'm going to buff the whole thing down so it's all smooth and it's one level. And I will do a thin layer of top coat. From here on out, anything that I put a thick coating over the French tip, this is what I'm going to do. I think I might have even done this with the pinky finger, to be quite honest, just to make sure everything was even. And I went back and then did another thin coat of top coat, just to make sure everything was okay. I really like how these turned out at the end. So I'll wipe the dust off, dry it off, because I'm going to go in right away with the top coat. look at that shine. That's my favorite part, guys. It just comes right through. And we just need a thin coat. And don't forget to get around the edges. You need to seal the edges, because if you don't, anything can get up underneath. And at that point, then what will happen is it will chip off. So I'm going to go ahead and buff the nails. Wipe them off. And top coat them again. That one was a little too wet. I definitely had to dry that one so I could top coat it. Ooh, did you see that? That sparkle, that glitter that just came right through. So everything's buffed and done. So I'm just going to finish with top coat. I'll have some pictures at the end as well. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button, that notification bell. Let's get to 500 subscribers by Christmas. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!